Welcome to an ESPN3 presentation of high school football. We are in Kansas City, Missouri at Center High School where the Yellowjackets host the Clinton Cardinals tonight in the regular season finale here in Missouri. With Rich Baldinger, I'm Stephen Davis. Baldy, great to have you along tonight. This will
Thank
be
you, sir.
A fun matchup. It's a Center team that got back to action last week after a 2-week quarantine against a Clinton squad still looking for their first win and both trying to finish strong with playoff football looming next week.
Yeah, Clinton coming in with new coach and new scheme and quarterback and having to put the ball down the field. And today we've got football weather, Stephen. You know this is what I like. Now, for us guys who tend to be a little heavy set, we tend to like these cool breezes around us, so it should make for an interesting matchup.
It is Center kicking off on this, well, for the rest of us, chilly night. It is football weather, but the temperature here in Kansas City today never left the 40s. Clinton's going to have it at about their 25-yard line to get things underway. You were a good offensive lineman back in your day, a double-digit year-long career in the NFL. You do love this weather. This is good for those guys in the trenches.
Let me tell the fans from the beginning, and I've never told a lie, I was a good football player because I never held as an offensive lineman.
Never.
At all. So that's what made me highly efficient on the field. And I'm already seeing the yellow flags coming at me right now.
Logan Speer is the quarterback for the Clinton Cardinals in the white uniforms. Speer is a junior running this spread offense. It is his first season in Clinton, and going sideline on the far side for Jace King. Catch made, but out of bounds. Second down coming. Speer's a move-in from Arkansas for head coach Kevin Lefevre, and a guy who can really wing it.
Yeah, he can. It stands at 6'5", tall kid, more of a pocket passer, not the type of guy who's really going to get out on the edge. Runs the spread game well, but again, it's getting everybody on the same page. It's a whole new scheme. So again, it's been a tough year for him, but you know what? You got to begin somewhere.
It has been a tough year for everybody. We'll get to that a little more as we move along. A little swing pass into the flats, going to get about 4 yards, and J.P. Abernathy, the senior slot receiver, spun down right there. Third down coming up for Clinton. They're going to throw it a lot. Abernathy's their big play guy. Jace King, a guy who has some good hands. They'll target him a lot. They've got a lot of options in this Clinton offense.
Also, that running back also, too, is a guy that watch for him. They like to get that screen pass to him. He's got the ability to get downfield, reads his blocks well. And that's the big question mark for me right now, as I've seen for Clinton, is those 5 guys up front. Got to give the protection to the quarterback.
They spread it out. Speer, the lone man in the backfield, he looks the part. Nice and tall back there at quarterback, and some movement up front. There's those yellow flags you were talking about.
Yeah, just jumped a little bit. It looks like the men in blue. The blue wave? No, it's going to go the other way there. I can't believe he called an offense offsides. Come on.
Got to remember the snap count, right?
Yeah, they didn't contribute to the officials' Christmas fund there, I guess. That's why the flags are out.
Just underway here at Center High School on a cool night. Center coming in 3-3 on the season, looking to finish out with a win. They're in Class 4. Clinton is in Class 3. Same setup. 3 receivers to the short side of the field here on the near side as Speer guns one down the middle. And a leaping attempt and grab made by Abernathy. He's not their tallest receiver by any means, but he went up to get that one and hung on to it. First down out to the 42.
Yeah, you see all four vertical routes on that, pushing the defense down. Nice job by Abernathy that time, going up, going across the middle. And at all levels, you want to see those receivers go attack the football. Nice job on the young receiver that time, going up, taking the pigskin out of the air. They've got a cover 2 defense here, so I don't know, we look to run it maybe?
It's Abernathy coming around on a little handoff, and he's dropped for a loss of 1 back to the 41. It's a 3-4 defense for the Center Yellowjackets, and head coach Brian DeLong, who told us this week, I'm a defensive guy at heart. He's got a young team on both sides of the ball. They don't have many players that go both ways. They're a little short on bodies right now because of various factors, including COVID, but they've got to find a way to get some pressure into the backfield with that front 3 or 4 tonight.
Yeah, you got to find a way to block Randall Gilliam in the middle there, about 310 pounds. He's equal to 3 people.
There's Randall Gilliam right on cue, getting in there and getting a hand on the running back, and then the cavalry arrives, led by Dimitri Miller and Corey Bolin. But Randall Gilliam, you mentioned big number 78 at the nose guard. Hard to miss Coach DeLong said he's slimmed down. He's about 310, 315 now. He was 340 or so maybe at the start of the season, but he's a guy they're really excited about it if he could lose a few more pounds and be able to do what he did on that last play more often.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's an 18-wheeler ready to go forward, isn't it?
You like the 4-point stance?
I do. It keeps the pads down, allows the guy to be an effective football player. Kind of a throwback, isn't it?
It is right there over the football. And Jackson Malloy, the Clinton center, this time a hit on Speer as he lobs one down the hash marks and a catch made by Jace King.
Yeah, Jace King going up, coming back for the football. Quarterback that time took a shot, didn't he?
Speer hanging in there.
Yeah, stood in the pocket, took the shot right in the chin, and still delivered the football with accuracy. And, again, 3 big passing plays right now, moving this ball down the field.
Clinton, again, first-year head coach, new offensive system for Speer. He looks like a guy who can throw it. He was running an under-center wing T offense previously at his former school. He looks pretty comfortable in the shotgun.
Yeah, right now in the pistol offense and everything. If they can get any of this, and here you go, a little bit outside. Nice job by the back that time. You know, on the zone read pistol offense, at any level, it's all about that back with the vision. Finding the hole, nice job on that play.
That was Jace Olson. Check out the keys to the game for Clinton. It all starts with that guy taking the snaps, Logan Speer.
Yeah, he's been the guy. I mean, when he's been given time, you've seen the throws, and that's what you've seen here in the first drive so far. Able to put the ball down the numbers, outside the numbers, on the hash marks, give the ball to his receivers, let him a chance to make a big play.
2nd and 6 after the gain of 4 on first down. Speer again with time to the near side, but off target. Going for Abernathy, we have yet to see any real pressure on the quarterback in a passing situation.
Yeah, and on that type of throw, again, you're throwing across the hash marks, the ball outside the number. Quarterback's got to make sure he sets his feet and really steps into the throw, because that's a long way with that pass.
That's what I was about to ask you. It seems to us, you watch it on a screen, you sit in the stands, press box, you go, well, that's a short throw. It's only about 3-4 yards down the field, but that's really a long throw when you get it across from hash mark to hash mark.
And accurate, and you've got to make sure you're leading your receiver, or else if that ball's late, it's going to used to be a pick going the other way. Looks like we got a blitz coming here.
Big 3rd down indeed. Center showing blitz. They bring 4, and Speer goes down. Getting to him, Chris Taylor Fuqua, one of the few seniors on this center team, got in there for the sack.
Yeah, it looked like some miscommunication up front by the big guys there for Clinton. Guy linebackers walk up in the A-gap. You just got to point them out, say, hey, listen, they're here. You've got to account for them. They didn't. And Mr. Fuqua,
a 3-year starter on this center defense.
I'll tell you what, you might want to circle number 24's number, huh?
Off to a good start tonight. How about this? 4th and 14, and Clinton leaves the offense out there. They're going to go for it. Speer with a short throw. Not anywhere close to the first down. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it is. And again, receivers got to know where that first down marker, but not much room throwing to the short side of the field on that. That's a difficult throw, not giving your receiver much chance to make a break before he's out of bounds. So you think you might work back to the middle of the field, quick slant or something, or back inside. So question on that call, but still, the Clinton moved the ball well. They got down here and everything, but again, the drive stalls. But this is what happens when you kind of become a one-dimensional offense, all about passing. Still got to be able to be a balanced offense and take effect when there's only 5 men in the box. Got to be able to pound the rock.
Our first look at the center Yellow Jacket offense, led by a sophomore quarterback, Joseph Vick, and he'll pitch it on first down. This is Nosa Ohanmu getting the corner turned and getting into Clinton territory inside the 40. Down to about the 36. Ohanmu, one of the seniors on this center team, one of the few guys who will play about every snap both ways, averaging 6.5 yards per carry, though, as their tailback.
That's a good number. And, again, you like the way he just gets to the outside, gets behind his blockers, good vision, and then getting north and south. Positive yards, first down already on the other side of the 50.
There's the Yellow Jacket starters. Vic, again, will pitch it. And this time it's Ja'Cory Love, a freshman, getting the corner turned and getting some space inside the 25, a pickup of 12. Love's got some fancy moves for a freshman. That's his 41st carry of the season. He's also caught 13 passes. They'll line him up in different spots. They just want to get him the football a lot.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, they do an excellent job out of that pistol when they get in that hip formation, and they get some really good blocks on the edge and everything. And tell you what, Nosa, who's their premier running back, and watching him on film, Running the ball, one thing, but watch him block. He'll put his head in there now and smack some people.
He likes contact.
Yeah.
Coach DeLong says he's got a future in college as a linebacker.
Oh, I think
that's his
so,
spot
yeah.
on the other side. 2 plays, 2 first downs for center. Vic's first throw is a deep one to the end zone and in and out of the hands of his intended target. Very nearly a touchdown. And Joseph Vic, we'll talk about him more as the night moves along, Baldy, but has a great arm, has the height, has the body as a sophomore, can run a little bit. He's a very talented guy behind center for the center Yellowjackets. On the other side for this Clinton defense, we mentioned Jace Olson offensively. He's the key guy for them defensively as well. Middle linebacker, number 3. He's only been playing football for 3 years, but he's the guy that's making plays, flying all around the field.
Yeah, he's their leader on the field, and that's the guy who, I guess they kind of give the green light to hit any gap he wants to, find a way to stop that ball. But their big question mark has been that inside 2 defensive tackle position, stopping the run.
This one stopped before it starts on second down, and a false start will back it up 5 yards.
And this, again, 4-man front, goes 2 defensive tackles. You've got to handle those A-gaps and B-gaps. You're expecting it now in today's offense where you're spreading from sideline to sidelines. Got to stay on your feet and got to be able to run. This has been the question mark in just some of their losses this year. Just haven't been able to have any type of help in the middle. Tough for linebackers to make plays, when your defensive tackles are sitting in your lap.
I want to talk about a throwback. How about the alignment of this Clinton defense? 4 linemen, 4 linebackers.
Yeah.
3 defensive backs. We don't so much for nickel and dime. Let's go 4-4-3.
Get you 8 men in the box quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick swing pass to Love. Look at these moves inside the 20, and Ja'Cory Love, they call him Juice, down near the 15.
Yeah, he's got some smoke underneath those shoes, doesn't he?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I
wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, it looks fast to me, though. I can't keep up with them. So I tell you what, you like the way they're spreading this ball around, attack inside with some of the run, then come back outside, little swing passes and everything. So you can see the athleticism in this offense here at the skill position.
Led by a sophomore, and he is the leader on this team, Joseph Vic. Coach DeLong saying everybody on the team looks to him and trusts him as the guy. Short yardage situation on 3rd and 1, and I don't think they got it.
I think they're going to be a little bit short. Yeah, I'll tell you what, when you watch Joseph Vic run too, I think as he matures at this position, you're going to see a different person every year when he comes out because he has the ability to dance around. And next year I'm going to see him how he throws and moves within the pocket and when to step up, when to take off. He's just trying to get that balance and confidence right now when, hey, I got a chance. Let me hold on to the pigskin and I'll go get you a first down.
I'd like to get him in the weight room in the offseason. None of these guys got to work out in the weight room because of COVID over the summer.
Yeah, for the younger guys in the offensive line, starting 2 sophomores, right?
Well, how about this? Ohanmu lined up as the fullback, and he will not get this on 4th down. Back-to-back stops by the Clinton defense. 3rd and 1, they stack up Love. 4th and 1, they stack up Ohanmu, and a turnover on downs for center on their first possession after getting inside the 20.
Yeah, it looked like they had some good penetration up front. I talked about that defensive line and the question marks for them and everything up front. And stopping the run has been an issue for them. It's why offenses have been able to stay on the field. And there this time, good job in the red zone there. Gave up some yardage, but you know what? If you don't give up the points, the stats don't matter.
Exactly.
That's my math for today.
I was told there would be no math. Speer out of a little flex bone look in the gun, gives it to Abernathy, slipping free of a couple tackles. And now look at J.P. Abernathy turn on the afterburners. And slipping down at the center, 45, big play of about 41 yards for Abernathy, who looked like he was going to get stopped for a loss, not once but twice.
Yeah, it looked like it was tied up in the middle, a little, underhand handoff. You're trying to work the outside to left, and Abernathy that time says, you know what? I just got to find somewhere to go with this pigskin. He comes out the back door, nice scramble, and again, big chunk play on the other side of the 50. Let's see if they can get down near that red zone, put some points on the board.
You like this little formation? Looks like a little flex bone with the quarterback in the gun.
You get those wing backs going either way. Now you bring them to strength.
They give it to Olson up the middle and nothing there. Randall Gillum and company staying home.
And you're trying with all that look, all the shifts and the motions, you're trying to get hopefully those linebackers looking maybe somewhere they shouldn't be, misdirection in the backfield. And the reason why you're doing that is maybe your guys up front just aren't that powerful yet, blocking and everything, can't sustain. So let's get them in position where it helps them make their blocks.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Over halfway through the opening quarter, no score. Each team getting stopped on downs in the opponent's territory on their first possession.
There's your flex and get to the edge.
Abernathy on the pitch.
Wow.
Bouncing it outside again. Makes a little something out of nothing. Pick up a 5.
How about that juke move? Put some tape on the ankles, huh? Making some eyeball spin on that one. Here, I'm there, and I'm gone. I'm leaving the wind for you. That's it.
Ran into a crowd of blue and came out untouched.
Yeah, he did. That was a nice move. I'll tell you what, he's got some change of direction, some nice feet. I think number 1 is the guy who wants to continue to touch the ball. Nice job on that out of that pistol. Well, out of the pistol, but the flex bone, all the movement, got the sweep, got the edge, first down the play.
Well, you can see why they want to get him the football early and often tonight.
Yeah, 2-by-2 formation here.
Speer reels in the snap and has that pass knocked down.
And this is where, if you're in an empty backfield like that, and I see where he sets his feet, and he had some time, go ahead and buy yourself a little bit of time. Move a little bit. Get yourself a clear throwing lane. There, he set his feet. Eyes went right to his inside receiver. Ball step. You've got time. Step a little bit aside. Make that defensive line work a little bit. Don't be that stationary target.
Dimitri Miller, I believe, getting the hand on it, senior defensive end.
Yeah, also plays offensive guard too, right?
Yes, he does. 4th and 5, big play coming here, and Kevin Lefevre, thinking along the same lines, takes his first time out. The Clinton Cardinals will think about this on a big 4th down.
Yeah, you always talk to quarterbacks at all level, and the one thing you're always told is that there's always a spot. There's always a spot in that pocket where you can go through, where you have the clear throwing lane. You need to get there. You need to know where that's developing, and that's at all levels. That's the quarterbacks that take the average to the good quarterbacks. Those guys, the good ones, know how to get to that spot to make the throw.
It's the fine line between being able to move a little bit but not having happy feet.
There you go. There you go.
Well, how about this 4th down? We saw the previous 4th down they went for, and a similar spot on the field was 4th and long, 4th and about 14, and they threw short.
Right.
4th and 5, you've got a few more options.
Yeah, and again, they worked to the short side of the field, so the receiver didn't have much room on that route. So let's see if they work back inside the numbers on a slant, or maybe some type of crossing pattern or something, or a scissor route off the line of scrimmage. Good. So let's see if they go empty backfield. Protection up front's been all right. Let's see if they spread the field. Now they're not. They're going into a pistol formation. Let's watch Abernathy, number 1.
Yeah, just get it to number 1, see if something happens.
Number 1, something's going to happen with number 1, right? That's why they gave him number 1.
He's slot near side.
Comes the blitz.
Speer getting rid of it ahead of the blitz. One-on-one coverage and overshot his man down the side. That was King. Good coverage over there.
And that's what pressure will do on a quarterback. I always hear people say, well, we didn't have enough sacks. We don't have enough sacks. Well, you know what? When you get near the feet of the quarterback and you start snipping at him like an alligator, it's amazing what it does to throw. That time quarterback just kind of launched it because he knew what was coming. You want to stand in there and get hit by a freight train.
Masterson was in coverage for center, so the Yellowjackets take over at their own 39. We'll see if this possession goes differently than their first time with the football.
Yeah, they made some nice plays, kind of stalled near in the red zone. Let's see what happens this time with Mr. Vick at the quarterback position.
We'll get it on the jet sweep, but flags first.
Those aren't always good to get. That's not a good way to start now, 1st and 15.
Nothing will rile up an offensive coach more than a false start, right?
No matter what happens when you get a flag. I mean, you could have scored the greatest touchdown, but if you start off with that flag when you come to that sideline, you are going to get that 5-minute speech. Now, I won't give you the 5-minute speech, but I'm going to
probably not safe for air, is it?
No, it's not. That's for sure. But you always got that. They got the skin chopped a little bit. You lost about 10 pounds after that speech.
One job, watch the football, don't move till it moves, and they may have done it again.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. 10-minute speech now?
Well, you know what? Now the speeches go away. You just know, you know what? There's no meetings the next morning. It's just go on the field. and let's line it up, and we'll.
Is that the one we're in film tomorrow morning? They'll just watch it silently?
And you don't even go to film. You go right to the practice field and start running. Let's figure out why you guys are having problems with these offsides.
1st and 20. Not a word being said right now as they'll bring the man in motion. And hey, there's the jet sweep this time. Brian Kuby trying to get that corner turned, and does a little bit before King gets him down near the 40.
Armand Russell, number 13 on the outside, blocking on the edge. Nice that time. Get a couple yards. That jet sweep takes time to develop, a lot of movement in that. But again, that's all about speed. It's about getting those receivers down the field and sustaining blocks. Doesn't have to be devastating, but just keep your feet moving. Now letting that pitchman coming around, that jet sweep guy, now he finds his crease.
So a cold night like this, temperature in the low 40s, wind chills a little below that. It's great for the guys in the trenches. They're banging, they're staying warm. You guys, you linemen like it, right? This is Ohanmu with some space across midfield, spinning inside the 40 and down to the 30. Nosa Ohanmu showing some moves in the open field.
Yeah, and the job Clinton that time defensively shift right before the snap of the ball to strength, and then coming back to the weak side center that time. Nosa, nice job that time finding that hole on the outside. Good vision on his part. You love to see those running backs hit the line of scrimmage with square shoulders. Now you know they've got the vision. They can bounce either way. Excellent job, patience on his part. And as I said, hit that weak side. Now, boom, you got the outside lane, big play.
Center threatening again. Hanmu the lone back with Vic.
Yeah, and you have Fuqua in the slot.
On too high a throw to the near side, wide open was Jaleel Chaney. It'll bring up 2nd down. I was going to ask, the linemen love this kind of weather. The skill guys, though, maybe not quite as much. It's chilly.
Yeah, the hands.
Not getting involved. But if you can get all your skill guys a touch in that opening quarter, first drive or two, they start feeling a little warmer, don't they?
Well, but, in today's offense, there's so much misdirection at all levels, right? There's so many people moving, and you're running from the get-go. Some of these guys who run jet sweeps are running a couple miles during each game.
I don't run a couple miles in a week. Chaney turning the corner, 1st down and more, down to the 15. They get wide, and that's a long run, but it gets them 15 yards.
Yeah, give credit to Fuqua on the outside that time. He was the one who made a nice block and also, too, sustaining on the outside. But I think that was Armand Russell, number 13, that was on the outside there. Excuse me. He did a nice job again blocking on the outside, and you've got to be able to hold that edge. You've got to be able to give your running back coming on that either way, inside the numbers or outside. Just stay squared up. Nice job that time and open up a big running play.
Yellowjackets knocking on the door. 1st down at the Cardinal 15 nearing the end of quarter number 1. Vic, quick throw, complete. This is Russell. Russell, touchdown center. Made the grab, made the defender miss, and took it in for 6.
Yeah, nice job in the slot that time. He just settled down a little stop route. You saw the cushion that he was given, and then nice job once again. You know what? It's not about catching the ball. It's what you do after you catch the football. So nice job on his part then, making the catch, spinning, getting back upfield. Now let's get in the end zone.
Extra point try on the way. That was up and perfect. 7-0 center on a nice drive down the field. 2nd time they touched the football, and this time able to take it all the way down and get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, set that up well with a couple of those jet sweeps as we saw running the football. Newsom, one of them, had the big one coming to the left side, and then another one going away from quarterback, and then you come back with a pass. But give credit also to the big guys for center up front, giving quarterback time, and then delivering the ball. Nice job by Vic delivering that ball inside on the slot receiver that time to Russell, who had a good job of, when he made his stop, come back to the ball, create separation. Now once you catch the football, now it's up to you. Those are all the moves you practice in your backyard. Catch the ball first, now go make the play. Good job on his part, get in the end zone for points.
Some guys have that 6th sense of knowing where the defender is, and it looked like he had an idea which way he needed to turn.
Yeah, but it all starts with proper fundamentals of always, and the key to any receiver, any level, it's coming back to that football. Come back, because that's what's going to create that separation. Get the ball into the fingertips, and now you can move, make that move going north and south. Now you can dictate what's going to happen on that play.
Center with a little early momentum.
Yeah, getting down the red zone. Got to score points when you get to the red zone.
Oh, squib the kick a little bit. Big bounce. Taken just inside the 20. Abernathy, slippery to the 28.
Looks a little bit, feet came right out from underneath him. Lost the four-wheel drive on that play, huh?
It rained here in Kansas City significantly last night and into the early morning. It hasn't rained today so much, but it feels like there's rain in the air, even though the temperature's in the mid-40s. It might not be the greatest footing in the world on this turf.
No, I think, and that's a little bit of a longer grass turf. So I think you do get a little bit of that moisture problem, and it gets a little slippery.
Rubber gets a little moisture on it.
Yes, sir. Get the getting the flex bone, and here's the sweep out of the flex.
Jace Olson can't get the corner turn. Corey Bolin met him first, and then some of his buddies arrived. No gain. Good pursuit from Bolin, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, Bolin that time. But again, that's Abernathy on the outside, number one. He initially steps in, got the block. Keep blocking your man. Don't give up on the play. The running back's going to make the cut. He just wants you to sustain. Abernathy kind of pulled up that time, and it gave the chance for the defensive player. Go ahead and make the play.
Clinton has moved the football their first two times before turning it over on downs. They've yet to really run the ball successfully, though. It's been all through the air.
And that's the difficult situation. You get down near that red zone, becoming one-dimensional. Tough when you get down there. Here, though, Logan Speer's had some good throws on the outside.
Good throw there, connecting for a 5-yard gain.
Tackling so well for center so far here in the first quarter. Been good.
No yards after the catch. I believe that was King with the grab. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. Entertaining football.
Yes, sir.
With just 7 points on the board, though. Those come from the center Yellowjackets on a Joseph Vick to Armand Russell touchdown pass. We're through 1.
Not too hard to do this, huh?
I think it was a roster with alphabetical order, not numerical. It's not helpful.
No. Who is number 70?
I don't know.
Clinton. That's what I'm seeing, the right tackle. He made the defensive play, too, and I don't see a number 70.
Unless it's 51, Brady Carr. Who's supposed to start both ways.
Yeah,
supposed to be middle linebacker and right tackle.
Okay, so he's number 70 then. Can I put him in 70?
We'll call him 70.
Okay.
I really like Speer. He can throw it.
Yeah? He's only a sophomore quarterback, The other side, too, Vic, young guys.
Welcome back, Center High School, Kansas City, Missouri. Clinton with the football. Logan Speer with a tough snap. Now he's going to have to tuck it and run as that pocket disintegrated in a hurry. And Speer very lucky on a couple fronts right there. One, that snap was able to be caught. And then number two, that blue wave coming from his right side didn't get him.
Yeah, 6'5". He's able to grab that pigskin out of the air like he's going for a rebound and then working to his left and scrambling to live for another day and for another play. But nice job by pressure that time from the quarterback's right side, defensively by center, able to collapse that pocket.
Actually picked up a couple yards on the scramble.
I'd like to even see some type of middle screen, Abernathy, or a little draw play or something here, if especially when you only have limited people in the box for center defensively. Let's see if we can't attack that part of the defense.
They do try to go up the middle to Olson, but dragged down in the backfield. That's Dimitri Miller making plays right now off the defensive end spot.
Yeah, nice job on his part, just crashing from that left defensive end position, that 30 front, able to get that inside lane and make it play. Good jump on his part, snap of the ball. And this is I talked about. This, for Clinton, this is where you're going to be working in this offseason, those kids up front in both defensive line and also the offensive line.
That was 4th down, so it's a turnover, and center takes over at the Clinton 32-yard line. Maybe not a total surprise to see Clinton going for all these 4th downs. Last game of the regular season, you don't have a win, well, go for them. Vic throwing, going for Russell, and Cole Heiston almost had an interception.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Russell, he stopped on the route, and quarterback thought he would maybe continue working inside. Almost a pick going the other way.
Heiston will maybe want to have that one back.
Yeah, that's a sophomore quarterback and with receivers and understanding where everybody needs to be. And this is what's going to be tough this year, too. And with the situation we have here with the COVID, how much are you going to be able to do in the offseason again once the season's over in terms of weight room and just working with these kids? And other sports, too.
Absolutely. Both these coaches right now, I think, are just taking things day to day, week to week. Vic keeping it on the zone read, and he'll lose 3 yards. That's something Brian DeLong wants to see his quarterback do more. Keep it on the zone read, but maybe didn't make the proper read that time.
And I think he was a little bit hesitant on some of these runs, and that's what Coach DeLong said. He said, there's hesitancy sometimes of, well, do I want to go, do I not? You can see he's a long strider, tall young man and everything, and he's got some pretty good vision. It's just when he decides to go, uncork it, let it go.
Trust yourself, basically.
Well, as Coach DeLong's, defensive coordinator, he understands what a mobile quarterback does to a defense. It makes everybody's eyeballs go to that guy who's taking the snap. Makes him a step slow.
3rd down, and we'll call it 13 here.
Empty backfield.
Vic, quick throw, and not handled by Ohanmu out of the backfield. Now 4th down, an interesting decision here for center. You're in a spot on the field where you really don't want to punt, but 4th and more than 10, not easy to pick up either.
Was that Jace Olson? I think got a hand in there, maybe just tipped that ball a little bit.
Two guys going both ways, playing running back and middle linebacker, Ohanmu and Olson.
Yeah, I guess, with today's, what did Coach say? What are they down? How many? They started with 50 or 60 this year?
Center started the season with about 50 kids playing football. They're down to about 25 or 30 right now. Hard to practice.
Yeah.
In addition to the other restrictions. They will go for it here on 4th down, as you see. And Vic, running into a crowd, loses the football, and they'll end up turning it over that way. And Clinton's actually going to get it back at their 45 and gain some field position from where they lost it a moment ago.
Yeah, again, you saw center near that red zone and failed. So here, only 1 out of 3 times so far down there. Not able to finally get points that time they stalled. But give number 70 Carr that time. Nice job on the pressure that time. Keep your feet moving, collapse the pocket. The young quarterback, Vic's going to understand one thing. Nothing else matters except the ball never comes out of your hand unless you're throwing the football.
Got to hang on tight.
You hang on tight and you hand it to the official. Another high snap.
Speer able to grab it, though. It's not the first high snap he's dealt with. And flags and ball thrown into the ground. And we're going to have some stuff to sort out here. But I think
that Harold, that defensive end, number 50, got some initial pressure. I don't know if he got held.
Harold Safak getting in there. Here's the verdict.
Yep. This guy knows all this guy. I tell you, this official, he does not like offensive linemen, does he? Oh, these offsides, holding penalties,
Quit acting like the offensive linemen are so innocent all the time.
Stephen, how many games have you done with me here?
Enough to know that
I'll keep it interesting.
We'll see if they can get the snap down a little bit. Speer's been reaching higher and higher on these snaps.
Good coverage.
Very good coverage as, again, they tried to go to Jace King. They want to get him involved. They really haven't been able to hook up with him much. Tight coverage over there on the corners. 2 or 3 good corners on this center team. We've seen Masterson. Pruitt will be out there as well as Williams.
Ball was right where it needed to be, but again, coverage, hand hoop right there, and kind of stopped the receiver from being able to continue on that route. See if they try to find a way to get Abernathy that ball in space again.
Coverage that last play was from K.D. Williams, a sophomore, who's probably the smallest guy whenever he's on the field, but as competitive a guy as you'll ever find. Over the middle here, that is King, and Bolin able to get him down at the 37.
That's a nice throw that time by quarterback, huh? Standing in that pocket.
Absolutely.
Delivered that little crossing route, got it done. Got some time again. No hand in his face.
Trying to get back towards that original line of scrimmage, which was the 45.
So again, out of the pistol formation here, allowing you to hit either side of that center position.
There's King. Good look at the senior.
Let's see if you can get around Mount Everest in the middle. Good pressure that time. Another
Speer
hold.
cranking one up.
They're going to get the right tackle Carr this time on a holding play. So that flag came out left. Inside pressure that time. It looked like he got his hand that time on a grab.
To some of us, it looks like the offensive linemen hold every play, but it's the I don't want to say the obvious ones, but it's when your arm is extended that it's when it officially becomes illegal?
Yeah, basically the rules are as long as my framework stays within your framework and I continue to move my feet with you, we're going to allow you to pretty much put your hands where you need to. It's once their framework leaves you and you impede them from leaving you, that's when the flag comes. Now, it's not like that every Sunday or Saturday or Friday.
They ended up wiping off that flag.
And now we got an offsides.
The old false start.
Yep.
Will turn 4th and 18 into 4th and 23.
Yeah, when you're a struggling offense, these are the type of things that just can't quite do, can you?
1 step forward, 2 steps back this drive for the Cardinals. Trying to punt this one was Olsen, but the snap wasn't there, and he's dropped back at the 25.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. I'm not sure anybody knew exactly what their assignments were on
Center
that.
just brought their outside linebackers, and both Bolin and Frazier were there to make the play.
Yeah, good pressure that time. Again, hitting where they need to be defensively, center, finding that football. And here now you're getting great field position.
See if they can punch it in. They had good field position the last time they had it and went backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Same the first quarter, they were down there too and missed out too. So let's see where they're going now. Again, down here, you got to punch it in. You got to put points on the board. Again, stats don't matter. Red zone is where the game takes place.
From the Clinton 25, tight formation. And they hand it off.
Fuqua?
Love.
Oh, it's Love. Excuse me.
Look at that speed.
Nice stiff arm. How about that tackle?
Very good tackle on the outside. Brett Wetzel, the safety.
Hey, he came up. I'll tell you what, form tackle that time, huh? Putting your head right on the numbers.
Just like the pregame tackling drill.
Yeah, there you go. Put him up, put him down. You don't see that much anymore. Wrap up, put people down anymore.
No.
I don't know if that's illegal at some levels anymore.
No flags on the play.
No.
So it was legal. Gain of 12 for Love on that carry. Now Ohanmi right up the middle. Look at that push from the offensive line.
Yeah, nice job in the middle. Nice double team that time. Excellent job of getting some movement, keeping your feet going. Was that Rodney Cheadle, number 58 on that
the
time?
left guard.
Yep.
He's a freshman.
Wow. Showing some good strength there. Nice job. Good form. Good form.
Talk about how young center is. How about 3 sophomores, a freshman, and 1 senior on the offensive line?
That had no time in the weight room this year.
Hanmu close to the end zone, but knocked down just short. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, nice vision on his part that time, setting up like you're going to have a little jet action, but he found a hole, kind of cut back inside, and again, a little moisture on the field. Feet came out from underneath him.
Is that what happened to Daniel Jones of the Giants last night? A little moisture on the field?
Either that or a sniper in the stands, right? Yeah, that's something that you'll live with forever and ever at any sporting event again for the rest of your life.
Hanmu walks it in for the Yellow Jacket touchdown.
Man, I'll tell you what, the big guys up front getting it done, huh? West on the offensive line there at the right tackle position.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, getting it done, getting some movement.
Gates, Cheadle, Frazier, Miller, and West, the 5 up front in blue tonight.
Man, I'll tell you what, that's nice. That's a good job of taking care of business in the trenches.
We can talk all we want about the youth of center as the extra point is good, 14-0. You've got a sophomore quarterback. Take out Ohanmu. We've seen a lot of Armand Russell, Ja'Cory Love. They're a sophomore and a freshman, respectively. The tight end, Cortez Stevenson's a junior. So you've got young skill guys that are going to be in this program another year or 2 or 3. But you got an offensive line that 4 of the 5 are sophomores or younger. That's some stuff to build around there.
And, when you broadcast these games, coaches at every level are going to tell you one thing. And when you talk to them, they feel confident. It's always when they say, hey, I've got depth in the offensive line and the defensive line. Because it's a passing game, and you got those guys who can rush the passer and get it done. And you know what? When you got young guys like sophomores, it's about getting them in the weight room. It's about getting stronger and working on all your physical skills too. Quick feet, flexibility, conditioning, strength-wise. I'll tell you what, sometimes in college, some of those winter workouts, whoa, you couldn't wait for spring ball.
Lock them in the weight room, throw them some red meat occasionally, and
well,
get them bigger
you know
and
what?
stronger.
Yeah, I mean, because some of the kids you can remember, you're competing against maybe a senior that's been in that weight room for 2 years. Now you have a sophomore, so there's definitely, and believe me, this is the game now that there is nobody that can come in this game and not spend time in a weight room. That was maybe 60 or 70 years ago, but in today's game, everybody's strong, everybody's fast, so there's nobody that can skip it and get ahead in the National Football League or any league.
High short kick. Look out on the return. There was some space there for a moment. We do have a flag down behind the play as Abernathy got out to the 34. You get the ball in Abernathy's hands.
Yeah, guys definitely can do some
dangerous.
things in open space. It looks like we have a hold on that play. Is that what the call is? I didn't quite see that. And again, pushes you back. Now puts you again. Tough when an offense is struggling, going backwards like this. We saw this in the last series, a couple penalties, and it definitely prevented them from converting first downs. Now it's 1st and long.
Back to the 17-yard line is where they'll scrimmage from to begin this possession. Just under 8 to go, first half.
In that 30 front, too. Got to be able to handle that nose tackle. Blitz off the edge.
A sack for Corey Bolin. He's been all over the backfield tonight.
Yeah, he came out like someone shot him out of a cannon that time, huh? Coming off the left side.
What are the differences for an offensive line? You're used to blocking 4 guys up front most of the time. They're facing a 3-man front tonight. You don't see as many of those anymore.
No.
When you get these linebackers coming around the edge, how tough is that for an offensive line
Well,
to block
first of all,
3?
the inside 3, you've got to be able to handle that nose tackle because you know you're blocking a truck. He's going to be a guy that just simply doesn't move. So you know it takes a little bit longer. Now you got to really have good coordination with your steps in terms of if you're going to be fold blocking, cut blocking, drive blocking. You got to stay together longer because there's more depth to the linebackers. Now you also have to worry about pressure though too and pass protection because in that 30 front, the key is that you can bring pressure from anywhere now.
You lost me there.
Yeah,
with all the different kinds of blocking. I trust your expertise though. Abernathy on a little
good pursuit
sweep around and 3, 4 blue jerseys there at the point of contact.
Yeah, and Bolin again, number 10 in the middle of that blue wave attack.
Safik there as well.
I think you're going to have to work some of those crossing routes in the middle and get Abernathy out on the edge a little bit. They've struggled being able to block that inside 3 so far tonight. So I think you got to work to get in the ball on the edge or roll your quarterback out a little bit because pockets tend to collapse pretty quick.
Staring at a 3rd and 19 right now.
Safik over here at the right defensive end, and there's the pressure.
Drop it to the running back. Olsen trying to outrun everybody. And gets a little bit before being dragged down out to the 14, but still 4th and very long.
Yeah, I like K.D. Williams coming up that time, too. Nice job, pursuit that time. Everybody defensively knowing where to be and go hustle to the ball. Pass has been completed. Now go find the ball. Good job by Big Blue that time, getting to the edge and limiting that passing play.
We've not seen a punt from Clinton yet. They've gone for all their 4th downs. Looked like they wanted to punt on the last one and had trouble on the snap. We'll see what they do here. Deep in their own territory.
Now you're behind like this. Now it's becoming one-dimensional. That defense can now just kind of tee off. Fuqua in the middle in the rush.
They're going to go for it. Complete. First down, Abernathy. Right down the seam and across the 40 near the 45. Boy, Speer putting that one right on the numbers.
Yeah, he did. And again, maybe there was a little miscommunication in that secondary. It looked like Abernathy had some pretty good room that time. Looks like he kind of turned an ankle a little bit, coming up after that play. But nice job again by quarterback getting that ball out quick, not standing back there, not taking the rush. Ball out to his skilled people, let him make a play. Not enough bodies, got to stay on the field.
If he's not full speed, he might still be the fastest guy out there.
That's true. Here's the toss out of this again.
Olsen, nowhere to go. Blue jerseys all over the place.
That Fuqua, number 24, initially on the outside from the linebacker position, scraping outside, sitting there in that C gap on the outside and forcing that back inside. But again, when you're running this flex bone, the key to that, it's just like any type of option. You've got to be able to attack that middle. That dive play has to be effective because that forces those linebackers to step up. When you're not effective running inside, now they can flow to the ball easily. That's why your sweeps and your tosses don't work as well out of it, this type of offense.
Speer, quick throw. Incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cole Heiston. Good coverage over there.
Corey Love. Was that number 8? Corey Love? Is that who was on the
Hanmu tracking out that way as well. Might not be a lot of bodies available for center right now, but the guys that are out there are making plays on both sides.
Flowing to the ball well. It's the one thing I've seen here defensively you give them credit for. Great coaching that, hey, you know what? Once the ball is thrown and a skill player takes off for the offense, it's time to go find them. Hunt them down.
And now a 3rd and 9 after that 4th down conversion. Spear surveying. He's got trips to the far side. He'll take a timeout.
Down 14-0 here. It's been a struggle last week here for Clinton. Pony scored on every drive, so they made improvement defensively. You know, I'm able to stop a couple times down in the red zone after giving up some defensive red zone. Now it's time for this offense to make a play. Got to find a guy besides Abernathy who can be a balance. Got to find a way that, hey, someone else has got to step up. And I think, again, continue to work the edges with those short passes.
Their season high for points is 21. That was done in their season opener against California back on August 28th. Since then, a 20-point game and a loss at Oak Grove. The last 2 weeks, 14 in a loss to Harrisonville, and then last week, 7 points in a loss to Warrensburg.
Yeah, and Warrensburg was on fire from the get-go. Talked about each one of those series, able to make something happen. But in watching that game again, never really able to establish any type of control of the line of scrimmage, both defensively, offensively. And, you know, when you don't control the trenches, they own your bank book then.
Same formation as prior to the timeout. Trips to that far side. Speer unloading under pressure. Incomplete. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit of pressure in his face that time.
They're trying to go to Jace King, who's got a several-inch height advantage over K.D. Williams. We referenced Williams earlier. He might be 5'3", 5'4", but he's as competitive a guy as you'll find. His coach calls him relentless and says he prepares as well as anyone.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go with 3 wide again on this play. I think they've had more success working down the seams or coming back across the middle, coming back to their quarterback, giving them a target than outside the numbers.
Need to get to the center, 45. Speer going down the seam, and it looked like a miscommunication with the receiver who broke inside, and the ball went over his head.
Yeah, I thought the receiver should have kept running on that play. I'm not sure why quarterback went inside, because defensively, that's where coverage was. So receiver keep running. Now quarterback air it out. I mean, it's almost a go route. Just put some air underneath it, let this receiver run underneath and catch the ball. So exactly right, though, miscommunication.
Well, center takes over on the Clinton half of the field, trying to add to this 14-point lead.
Yeah, this is where right now, if you want to stay in this game, it's so important in this drive now, defensive, you got to come up with a stop. Go down 3 touchdowns or 7 points here right before the half. Makes it difficult.
Joseph Vick with some time. Nearly picked off. That one off the fingertips of Jake Wirsig.
Yeah, you guys arms up and working outside with that throw and almost come away with a pick.
Vic had plenty of time there.
I think they got to bring some type of blitzes, don't they? Get some pressure on quarterback. Vic, being only a sophomore quarterback, don't you want to make him, I'm not going to let him throw the football. I'm going to make him run. And if that's one area he's still struggling, not really sure, not really confident, let's go ahead and get in his face a little bit. Let's don't let him stand back there, make his throws down the field.
Empty backfield, 4-man rush, and a quick throw caught by Ohanmu, bounces off the first hit and the second and third, and then drags a couple defenders for a first down. My goodness.
Stiff arm. And then the bat cape comes on, and it's Batman doing it, getting it done, huh? How about that strength? How about after the catch, making something happen? That's a desire to score.
Not bad for a running back doing that on the receiving end.
No, not at all. And maybe does Cortez Stevenson get involved with the offense down here in the red zone?
They've used him just as a blocker so far tonight.
Maybe get him a chance for jump ball down there.
Vic looking deep, loads up, fires for the end zone. Had a couple receivers in the area, unable to hook up with either of them, though.
I was just watching the Rontrell Gates there at the left tackle, number 67. Good job on the young tackle, moving his hands and his feet well, giving his quarterback some time. Nice pocket, nice protection that time.
You like these young offensive
linemen.
linemen.
They do. They got to tell you what, they got a lot of promise. They do. They're doing some good things, and it's a different speed when you get up here into the varsity, from the sophomore, and it's always a step up. And the guys, as his coach talked about, get him a year in the weight room, get him stronger. I'll tell you what, big guys up front make some magic for you.
Throw to the near side is complete. There's Cortez Stevenson. You just talked about him, long and lean, and the junior tight end, a basketball player who had given up football, didn't play last year, but decided to come out again this year, makes his 15th catch of the season.
Yeah, you love to see these couple sport players on the field because they know it carries over so well in terms of creating separation, and then once you make the catch, and look at the height of number 18.
He's a head taller than everybody in the huddle, except maybe his quarterback or right tackle.
Yeah, he's definitely got some ability after the catch, huh?
Coach says he wants to be like Travis Kelce. He always wants to split out and go catch the ball. Well, hey, why not?
Yeah, no, but that's the new age of tight end, isn't it?
It really is. There's a sack. Finally, some pressure for Clinton, and it's Caleb Smith, the senior defensive end.
And that's where quarterback Vic is going to learn that, yes, put your eyes downfield, but you got to move in the pocket. Can't let those roots grow underneath your feet. Got to move it. Just buy yourself a little bit of time and be able to make the throw down the field. You talking about Kelce? That gentleman, 265 pounds.
He's a different cat.
I mean, there is nobody that can cover him. Safety, corner, linebacker. I mean, there's just nobody one-on-one that can handle him. And you line him up as a wide receiver, and his ability to create separation is simply phenomenal.
Vic wants to throw it again, pressured. This time it's going to slide out, tuck it.
There you go.
Try to run it, and he'll get back near the line. Good pursuit, though, on that outside. It was the big guys who flushed him out of the pocket, and then Matt Balke got him down.
Yeah, but that's a nice job. Quarterback there, feeling the pressure, stepping outside the pocket, deciding he's going to go ahead and run. You wait and see next year he'll come back. Those eyes will stay downfield. He'll stop. He'll make his throw and everything. That's just understanding the game, everybody around you, getting on them with the same page. And quarterbacks, like everything else, there's fundamentals you got to learn, the little things. And when those little things come together, it's amazing how much better they're playing on the field.
Staring at a 3rd and 17 here, though.
Russian 4. Jet sweep.
Hand it off. Love.
Nice cut.
Gets it down to the 20. He does have a little juice. I like the nickname. It fits.
Oh, he does. And again, great block on the outside. Was that Cheney on the outside, number 7, with the block? And if Fuqua coming back underneath. So good part of, you come around the bend, guess what? The freeway goes north and south. It doesn't go into the park. It goes north and south. Bill Parcells says, I don't pay you to dance for me. I pay for you to run for me.
Bill Parcells might have been the king of the one-liner.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, dude. He could have wrote a War and Peace novel with the one-liners he had. But again, it's true because you're coming across, you're coming east and west. Now you got to put that foot in the ground. You got to see the vision and then find that lane and go. That's when you put that foot in the ground, you hit the afterburner. So excellent job on that target. But again, sustaining on the outside. All those jet sweeps, they only work if those wide receivers block.
Bill Parcells would have never run a jet sweep.
I wouldn't allow that.
You had a great career. You really got to play for some entertaining head coaches, didn't you?
Yeah, but we can only talk a little bit about them. Okay. This is a family hour, right? I'll tell you what, he was a special. A lot of great guys, tremendous experience, stories, and you just go back and you think about some things, and It's fun. It's fun. It was different.
4th down with Rich Baldinger. I'm Stephen Davis. This is Joseph Vick setting up a screen to the far side, and Love's got a blocker and some space. He's got a first down inside the 10. He's spinning. He's into the end zone, but there is a flag down.
Yeah, there is. Nice job on the quarterback that time. Felt the pressure inside, stepped up, and still delivered the ball to the outside. Illegal block on the outside. Block in the back?
I believe so. Well, not just wiping out a first down, but wiping out a touchdown.
Yeah. Got some blocks on the edge. Again, getting near the red zone and going the opposite way, right?
Well, because of the penalty, they actually end up picking up 1 yard. So instead of 4th and 8, it's now 4th and 7.
Yeah, I'm impressed with this quarterback, Joseph Vick. Under pressure, doesn't fear, just stands in there, delivers the ball.
You can see why Coach DeLong went, I'd rather run the ball. It's traditionally what we've done here at center, but I got a pretty special kid, a quarterback who can throw it a little and is poised. Let's tweak our offense a little bit.
Yeah, let's give him the ability to do multiple things, and it really puts the defense in a bind. So you're seeing a lot out of number 1 tonight.
4th and 7 from the 19. Vick on the roll. Kind of shot-putted that one, but got it right on target to Jaleel Chaney. First down, Yellow Jackets inside the 10.
Again, first thing on a rollout, when you're moving like that, eyes always have to go immediately downfield. You have to feel the pressure up front. So, again, nice job by Vick getting outside, finding his receiver. Let those routes develop on that. They're eventually going to work back to your receivers or work quick outs. You deliver the ball, first down on the play.
First catch of the season for Chaney, who hasn't played a whole lot. On a big one to convert the 4th down. 89 seconds to go first half. Center trying to add a 3rd touchdown to their lead. Vick, end zone, intercepted. Going for the big man Stevenson, and he's picked off by Jace King.
I think he lost that football off his hand. It looked like it kind of came off. It looked like it slipped.
Looked like he was throwing it on a cold night.
Yes. It looked like that ball just came off. No spin, and just allowed Jace King to come back for the interception. He had his receiver open in the back of the end zone. Should have been a touchdown. But, again, young quarterback, make sure the ball comes off, set up right, and didn't quite happen.
As big as Stevenson is, that's one where you just want to throw it up, and if you miss him, throw it too far.
Yeah, throw it behind. You always throw it behind the receiver. You're exactly right.
Well, let's see what Clinton does here. 83 seconds, long field in front of him, and 1 timeout.
Give Clinton's defense credit here. First half, this is 3 times now down here center. And not able to come away with points. That's why the score's only where it is.
Speer, nothing there. Looked like he wanted to throw it away and almost ended up with a completion.
Yeah, he's just got to, again, as I said, I think they've had better success when they've worked these receivers on inside, whether it be quick slants, low hitch, curl, come back to him, give him a target, get the ball out quick. When he works outside the numbers, it's not quite the same.
Going to overload the near side of the field. Now they'll shift and even things up.
And the flex bone again, and they shift out with their wideouts. Go 2-by-2 formation here.
Blitz picked up. Spears throw picked off. Heading the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, kind of stared down his receiver that time, huh? Set his feet. Eyes went to the receiver quick. And nice job to center that time defensively. Just reading that and jumping on that route.
Touchdown for center scored by number 19. The roster we have does not have a number 19 on it.
But we will compliment number 19. Nice job on his part in terms of just sitting there and in that quick inside quarterback. You got to see that. Got to go to a different person. He didn't. Eyes went to right receiver. Center read it. Touchdown. Pick 6 going the other way.
We'll see if we can track down who that is before the end of the night. It's a big one. Center unable to cash in on offense, but 2 plays later they scored defensively.
Yeah, on this one too. And again, when you're struggling up front with the big guys like that, help them out a little bit. I think one of the balance things you can do, take a look at the play again here. As I said, they shift motion, and now they're going to work back inside to the number 1 receiver. Take a look at it here, and quarterback just sets and immediately read that time. Nice job on coverage that time. Number 19, in terms of, it looked like they were almost playing a little bit of zone defense that time. Read it well, stepped up, made the interception.
21-0, and as frustrated as Center might be by the inability to cash in on some good field position offensively on multiple occasions, their defense has played really well in this first half.
Yeah, and again, some of the things that help out your quarterback when you're under duress and your pressure that time is, how about some quick pitch out of that look? Just toss the ball quickly, catch the defense off guard, or maybe just a little quick trap or a little fold play. Help out your offensive line. Let them go knock some people around a little bit. When you're sitting back every time and having to throw the ball now, you know what? Chasing ghosts sometimes, and great job by Center's defense to come away with a big play and put a touchdown on the board.
Abernathy on the rolling kick, trying to go wide far side and can't get to the 30.
That's right before the half. Had a chance to hold them there and keep it 14-0. You've done some good things, and then your offense turns around. And it's one thing to give it back to them, but you give it to them, allow them to score that quick, makes it for makes that mountain that much higher to climb.
And Center will get the football first in half number 2 as well.
Got man coverage here. Looks like they'll rotate into a cover 2. Some tight here, challenging some receivers.
Spear looks right. Quick throw over the middle. Abernathy stretching it out to get what he can. Pickup of 3.
Yeah, a little hitch out of that. It had that, just the bunch formation to the right side that time. Nice job, Abernathy, coming out of that little hitch route and quarterback delivering the ball. But tough, though, when you're only picking up 4 yards.
Clock rolling. Now Spear's going to fire one deep down the sideline. Up to get it.
Almost a pretty catch. Well, it was a catch, but was he in bounds? No.
Balky not able to stay in, despite the great effort to go up and get that one.
Yeah, he went and climbed up there and got on top step of the ladder. Comes down from the stratosphere with the pigskin. See how quick quarterback's getting rid of that ball. Can't stand in that pocket very long. He knows pressure's coming at him and the blitz is coming from either direction.
Empty backfield on 3rd down.
Look if they dial it up again. Center rushing 3, dropping 8.
3-man rush gets there, though. One of the ends meeting at the quarterback. It was Harold Safik off the left side first, and then right side getting there as well. Chris Beatty.
Yeah, Chris Beatty. I talk about putting the bear trap on the quarterback. But see, that's where quarterbacks also got to feel that. You got to step up in your pocket. You got to feel that. You got to step up in your pocket. But to the other side of that, 5 blocking 3, can't give up sacks. Can't give up sacks. But that's also where your quarterback sees. If they're going to only rush 3 and drop 8 off in coverage, you got to take off and go run. Go make a play.
You played guard. If you're a guard and your center's blocking the nose guard, your tackle's blocking the end, you got to go help one of them, correct?
Well, first thing you do is your eyes always go towards that nose tackle, and if there's open ribs on that nose tackle, you fry them quickly. Then you turn to that tackle, and that defensive end comes inside. It's amazing when 300 pounds falls on an ankle.
You're mean.
No, not at all. These are constructive blocks. This is family hour.
Frying a guy when you see his ribs.
I mean, I might be hungry right now.
I mean, I guess he's trying to go in and knock your quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
Off. You got to protect your guy. Center spent a timeout. Clinton's going to snap it here on 4th down, and a halfback pass by Jace Olson is incomplete. Very nearly grabbed by Abernathy. A little razzle-dazzle on 4th down.
That was our guy 19 there again. I don't know if we officially got number 19's name yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I'll just say 19.
We got to track that down.
That's one more dollar than I have in my wallet. So, nice play on his part there, knocking that away.
Okay, big spender.
No, I'm not a big spender in today's world. You're lucky if you get a couple candy bars for that.
It's all cashless payment these days,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Bitcoin, right?
Card, wave your phone.
That's it.
What are you doing with?
Look at this.
What are you doing with that much cash?
That's my payment for the month.
20 seconds to go in the half. Vic
There you
firing
go.
Stevenson. 2, 3, 4 bodies required to get him to the ground.
And you can see where the strength, in off season in the weight room and everything, delivery of the football. But Vic will come better, quicker and everything. But again, sets his feet well and go to your big, tall receiver, lay it up and let him make a play.
Not just a tall receiver. Look how wide those shoulders are.
Yeah, that's a big body.
Oh, but all for naught.
Ooh, those are the ugly ones, too. Those flags. You get the holding one,
That'll push it way back. Instead of being inside the 20, they're back near the 40.
Coach DeLong's not going to be too happy about some of these penalties and stalls here in the red zone. That's one thing they might be talking about on Monday.
Well, he was disappointed last week, but said, hey, we hadn't played in 2 weeks. We'd been quarantined. We hadn't really practiced. Things just weren't there. Taking a shot and nearly able to hook up with Armand Russell near the goal line.
Yeah, and he was open, too, on that post pattern that time. And if that ball's just a little bit further, you're going to have a nice touchdown on that play. But I like this center. Take a shot. Put the ball down the field. Pretty much controlled the flow of the game here, especially since the first quarter. Defensively, you've pretty much shut out this Clinton offense really from moving the ball at all.
They do have a timeout here, so they could throw one short and try to get a little bit closer to the end zone.
Stevenson on the right side.
Or do this.
Ooh, right off the hands.
Off the fingertips, and now they'll have time for one more play, it appears.
I thought he had his big tight end open there, but behind coverage.
Going for Ohanmu instead.
In the middle that time. Let's see if it maybe work like a short, maybe a crossing route or something, huh? Tight end and let him make that catch in the middle of the field, and now
2 seconds in the half, I say throw it as far as you can.
Yeah. But tight end that big, you think that he makes that catch, he can do something with it, huh?
I like seeing how far guys can throw the football.
Here we go, 5 wide.
Now we're going to get.
I think defensively, if I'm Clinton on this one, I know it's the end, but I'm going to sense a pressure. Make the young quarterback. I'm going to make him play a little bit. Let's make it noisy a little bit.
Timeout to make sure everybody's on the same page for both sides.
Make sure that quarterback feels like what it's like to be in pinball madness in that machine, bouncing around a little bit. God, talk about frying ribs, bouncing quarterbacks around. Man, I don't know if they're going to invite me back here on any more Friday nights. Good thing I only had 1 cup of coffee and not 2.
Late night for you.
It is late.
We'll see what they decide to do on this final play, barring penalty, of the first half. 39 yards from the end zone. Will we see how far Joseph Vick can throw the football?
Let it fly.
We will not. That one's going to be short of the end zone, and that'll do it for half number 1. Not a great first half for the Center Yellowjackets, but clean enough that they take a 21-0 lead to the locker room over the Clinton Cardinals.
2 touchdowns offensively. Defensively, you got a pick 6, and really defensively making those changes in the second quarter and able to apply pressure, pretty much dominating up front, eliminating any type of running attack, taking Abernathy out of the game after the first quarter, controlled the flow of the game in the second quarter.
Clinton offense handcuffed, and it's the Yellowjackets with the 3-touchdown lead. At the break, you're watching high school football from Center High in Kansas City, Missouri on ESPN3. back at halftime of our high school football game tonight here on ESPN3. Center leading Clinton 21-0. Stephen Davis with you, and we are joined by Tyler Lawton, 2019 graduate of Center High School, four-year football player for the Yellowjackets, now playing football at Aurora University, and it's a student-produced broadcast here tonight at Center High School, and Tyler's working on the crew tonight, even though he's not a student anymore. He's our stat man for this broadcast. But, Tyler, I want to ask you what it was like when you were in school playing for Coach DeLong and representing the Yellowjackets, and you guys had some very good seasons while you were playing.
Yeah, I was blessed to play with a lot of good talent. We had Rashad White out of Arizona State, Jeremiah Wilson out of Missouri State, Rob Gillum out of Illinois State. I was just blessed to practice with those guys and experience what high-quality football feels like day in, day out.
Well, now you've moved on to the college level yourself. You play at Aurora University in Illinois, but we'll use the term play loosely right now because of the global pandemic. You're actually back here in Kansas City right now. Is that right?
Yes, I am. I'm currently coaching youth football, trying to help the city out, get the youth in something organized. So, it's really important to get our youth in something organized and get them on a better paths in today's world.
What's the situation for you as far as football at Aurora? Are you guys obviously not playing this fall? Are you going to try to give it a go in the spring, or is it just wait till next fall?
We haven't got the word yet. Hopefully we do try to give it a go in the spring. It's hard being away from the game that I played like most of my life. So, yeah, hopefully we do give it a go in the spring so I can be back with my teammates, back with my guys. Coach BB, he's helped me a lot, and I just really miss the game of football right now.
So you're back here, you're taking virtual classes, I assume?
Yes, I am.
How much fun is that?
Not that fun at all.
I know your guys back in Center High here are doing the virtual class thing every day as well. Have you got to talk to any of those guys about this season that they're going through right now? A lot of these guys you played with when you were a junior and senior, and they were the young pups in the program.
Yeah, not. I haven't got to talk to them a lot, but I've stood back and watched. It's just interesting to see how they grow. Like Nosa, when he was a freshman, he was a pup. And just to see him now, like one of the hard-nosed running backs, one I've seen a long time. He's downhill runner. Corey Bolin, he's one of the underrated linebackers here in Missouri, but he's fast off that edge and he gets to the ball. He has a nose for the ball. It's just good to see them grow up and develop. It's just love to see that with the game of football.
What advice would you give to these guys, whether it be Nosa or Corey or even the youth that you're coaching right now here in Kansas City, as far as life in general, but football specifically?
Just never take a play off, because you never know what will happen. Just never take anything for granted. Just go out there and play hard every game. You never know who's watching. You never know what's going to happen. So just go out there and play every game hard and just give it your all.
Talking to former Center Yellowjacket Tyler Lawton, now plays football at Aurora University. Talked about how you want to have an impact on young kids and be able to get them on the right path. Who were some folks who had a positive impact on you as you were growing up and helped you along in life and in football?
Obviously my parents, they pushed me every day to succeed, just do better things for my life. I had Coach DeLong. He's a big influencer to me. He helped me enjoy the game of football and love the game of football and just want to keep playing. So, yeah.
Good stuff, Tyler. Thanks for the time tonight, and good luck whenever you get back to school and get back to playing football.
All right, thank you.
That's Tyler Lawton, former Center Yellowjacket, now plays football at Aurora University. We're at halftime. Center up by 21. Continue from Center High School, 21-0. Yellowjackets leading the Cardinals at halftime. Stephen Davis with Tyler Lawton, former Center Yellowjacket football player. Graduated a couple years ago, now playing at Aurora University in Illinois, but back home right now because of the pandemic and waiting for football to restart at the small college level. It's got to be tough to sit and wait. And yeah, I'm sure you, as most kids who grow up playing football, had the dream of playing college football. How tough was it this summer as you guys got the news that, hey, guys, we're not even going to have football, but you're not even going to be able to come back to campus. You're going to have to stay at your homes and stay focused on the academics through the computer.
It was extremely tough to just see other colleges out there getting the go-ahead to play their season, just wondering, why couldn't we do this? Why couldn't we do that? But, it's just you never have to question. You never should question. Everything happens for a reason. So hopefully when we come back, we just be stronger than ever, better than ever, ready to run a national championship.
So you're back here, you're in Kansas City, you're hanging out around your old high school a little bit here at Center, trying to see how that football program's going now that you're gone. And what makes this such a special place? You mentioned Coach DeLong a little bit with the football program and what he means for that, but just Center High School in general, what makes this a special place that has produced, you mentioned a lot of good football players recently, but just a lot of good kids that have moved on in life.
It's just the environment of Center. It's just a good place to be. It's like a family-oriented school. I playing in college, it was high intensity, but playing in high school was probably one of the best football I ever played. Just seeing the crowd, the fans, just the environment at every game. It's just surreal. A surreal feeling that you can only get once in a lifetime, of course. But I'm just glad and blessed to be able to have that and play in front of the Center Yellowjacket crowd for many years.
That's former Center High Yellowjacket Tyler Lawton, now a college football player at Aurora in Illinois. More halftime coming up. Center up by 21. Nothing is our score here at halftime. Center leading Clinton. Stephen Davis rejoined by former NFL lineman Rich Baldinger. Good to hear from Tyler Lawton and his thoughts on how this has affected football now and what Center High School has meant to him and where he's going with his life. But we had a pretty good football game in that first half. Center, in some respects, is lucky to be up 21-0 because Clinton was moving the football early. Both teams missed some chances, but the way that second quarter went, I'm sure Center feels like they could be up more than 21 right now.
Yeah, they should have been. They got down in that red zone, struggled, had some turnovers, had some penalties that proved costly, but they did hit pay dirt a couple times, and they got defensively, they got some points out of it too. That's why they said 21-0 right now here at the end of the first half. And going to get the ball at the start of the second half.
Well, let's check out some highlights from the first half. Center getting a touchdown pass early to get on the board in the first quarter from Joseph Vick to Armand Russell. That got him on the board late first quarter for the 7-0 lead.
Again, Vic going to get some protection up front. Most nights been pretty good. We've seen the young sophomore quarterback able to distribute the ball. And again, good job by the guys up front.
That's the second touchdown of the night. That's Nosa Ohanmu from 1 yard out to take it in and make it 14-0. That was about midway second quarter. And then it looked like Center was going to, start to pull away a little bit. Had a throw to the end zone picked off by Clinton's Jace King. And then subsequent possession for Clinton went like this. Second down play, and Logan Speer's throw into the hands of DeAndre Pruitt.
Yes.
We tracked down who number 19 is, and untouched for the pick six. DeAndre Pruitt wearing 19 instead of his normal number 3 tonight. That's one he's going to remember.
Yeah, and Logan Speer that time, again, just not on the same page with his receiver. Overthrew it, thought his receiver was going to continue the route. He stopped on it. He felt like the corner was running on him. So, again, quarterback, wide receiver on the page, and once it lead to 6 points going the other way.
DeAndre Pruitt with the 30-yard interception return. The sophomores shining for Center tonight. 21-0. They lead Clinton at the break. You're watching high school football on ESPN3. We're at halftime, 21-0. Center leading Clinton. 2 offensive scores, 1 defensive score for the Yellowjackets on a 40-some degree and dropping night here in Kansas City. We skipped fall, I think. We went straight to almost winter weather.
Yeah, what was it, Thursday? We were at 80 degrees. And
that felt good.
Well, I guess so. You were by the pool all day that day.
No.
I shouldn't tell people about that swimming pool in the backyard.
Andy Reid, as usual, had the best quote about it. He said, yesterday you could be in your bathing suit, and today you got to have your woolies on. So I got my woolies on tonight. It's a little chilly. But, we skipped straight to football weather, and it doesn't sound like we're coming out of this anytime soon.
No, not
the
at all.
weathermen are correct. So both these teams have had some issues tonight. We've seen quarterbacks maybe have a little trouble holding on to the cold football at times. I don't know if we've had a drop because of the cold, but you get to the time of the year where passing the ball is fun, but you got to find a way to run it consistently. And Center has had the much better running game tonight than Clinton has.
Yeah, they have, and it all starts up front with that offensive line much better in terms of sustaining blocks. Also, they can work both inside and also on that toss sweep or that jet sweep, the edge blocking, they get off the edge out of that bunch formation is phenomenal. On the other side, just not really anything there for Clinton. It started off a little bit getting to the edges with some of that, but nothing much else to go. And again, kind of by the second quarter, they're a one-dimensional team. And believe me, when the defense knows what's coming, it's fun time for them, especially because Center plays that 30 front. They play that odd front. So now those blitzes can come from linebackers. They can come off the edge from corners. They can come through any gap. So it really puts a lot of pressure on that front five to block. And you can see some quarterback, I think, by second quarter, really trying to force that ball out quickly. Doesn't allow those routes to develop. You gain in 4 yards at a time, gets you in third long, and conversions just don't take place.
Would you say maybe the most important guys tonight have been the front three defensively for Center, whether it's their starting three, Saffock, Gillum, Miller, or the guys we've seen come in, Cheadle and Beatty have seen some time there as well. Those three down linemen for center have really changed how this game went.
Yeah, they have. They've been able to dominate up front. There's not been any movement at all at that nose tackle or those two defensive ends position. So you haven't seen much, like whether it be a fold, a trap play, a counter play, a power play. It's pretty much been limited to jet sweep. Once they took that away, center, it pretty much hasn't. The playbooks become empty. So now you get your quarterback, who's not the most mobile guy, Logan Speer. He's a little bit, tends to be a pocket-oriented quarterback. And when you don't really have time to step in and make those throws down the field, it makes an offense struggle.
Yeah, they've been able to get pressure around the edge, both with the ends and the outside linebackers. But it's that big guy in the middle. It's usually Randall Gillum. We've seen a little bit of his backup on defense, Rodney Cheadle. But Clinton doesn't have the biggest offensive line.
No.
And Randall Gillum's a big man.
Huge man.
And, you don't run into it at the higher levels of football, but you see it in high school once in a while. You're trying to block a guy who's 60, 80, maybe 100-plus pounds bigger than you. That's a big task.
Yeah, and that's why you want to be able to get what we call gap blocking, where everyone's blocking down. You're blocking a gap, chopping them down, kind of like an option type of scheme. You're not seeing much of that at all. We're not really seeing any type of running scheme. But there are ways you can attack a bigger man like that in the middle, but it's been a struggle right now. And when you're getting a lot of penalties, which Clinton seemed to be getting in the second quarter, you're first and long, second and long, not many opportunities to run the football or establish a running game.
Clinton has officially not punted in this game. They were going to attempt one, it looked like, out of an offensive set and had a poor snap execution. They've gone for pretty much every fourth down they've had, and that's set up center with some good field position as well. It will be center getting the football first here in the second half as that bouncing kickoff is picked up at the 20 and shooting like a cannon up the middle and across midfield is a center Yellow Jacket into Clinton territory. It will again be great field position for the Yellow Jackets. It was Brian Kuby on the return.
Yeah, QB in that time. And also we had to talk about that linebacker, too, Fuqua, number 24.
You like him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he brought some pressure. He came from everywhere. So got to dial up number 24's number when you're blocking that defensive center. But here, great field position for center. First drive out in the second half. You want to kind of start putting the nails in the coffin. Let's see what you can do offensively right now.
They have spread the football around on top of everything else. 6 different skill players have gotten involved.
Yeah, Stevenson got involved there at the end, too. Nice catch. Let's see if they get him involved quickly.
I'll give it to one of the slot backs on a little counter look, and this is Ja'Cory Love. Look at dancing inside the 30 down to the 27, pickup of about 20 yards for Juice.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ja'Cory Love, when he runs with the football, he just disappears there. Quickly makes a nice juke cut, comes back inside, and again, tremendous running that play on the first down.
He's a freshman.
And we can barely see him now. He's so quick.
I know.
And there's a lot of talent here on this team. A lot of young guys. Keep them together. You got a bright future.
Well, they have had to battle a lot of adversity this year, not of their own doing by any means. Vic going deep for the end zone, just over the outstretched hand of Jaleel Chaney.
Yeah, Chaney that time just on a little go route. Got behind coverage, was open. Quarterback on that throw just got to put a little air underneath the ball. Doesn't have to really put a lot of velocity on it, but just put some air underneath it. Let his receiver run underneath. And that's the toughest thing for any quarterback at any level: throwing to a receiver, going away from you, judging his speed, where he wants to have the ball.
You don't want to make the receiver stop.
No.
Coming back on second down now, it's the jet sweep. QB, some blockers in front, and
Nosa leading.
Turf Monster makes the tackle.
Yeah, but it also depends on, and that's where you get on the same page as receiver, because now if you have a guy, let's take Kansas City Chiefs, you have a Tyreek Hill, you're going to put it over the top because you know he's got afterburners. And now if you go into a Kelsey, a tight end, you can throw backside shoulder because he can stop on a dime and his height and ability to elevate. So depending on your receiver, that's where that quarterback gets on the same page, and that takes time.
Well, you mentioned these guys didn't have a chance to work in the weight room, not working together in the summer. They're not out on the field throwing passes this summer either.
And that's where you learn about it. And you do it over and over and over. You can only coach so much, again, because of the times and during the season. So that's where these players got to get together and just running routes, finding out what's best, what he likes to do.
Third down, Vic pulling it down, makes some moves. Look at this scramble. Yeah. Joseph Vic, touchdown center. Wow.
Yeah, nice confidence that time. That's the way to take off. Put that football away. Find where you need. You see the terms of the coverage of the defense rotating to the right. You take off. Nice job at that time. And again, showing that time the confidence. All right, I'm going to put the ball away. Now I'm going to go get 6 points on the board. Great job by Joseph Vick that time. Number one at the quarterback position.
Not just a pocket passer. He got outside and
He's a tall guy too, huh?
6'3", as coach says. I feel like he grows every time I talk to him.
Long strider, but excellent that time in terms of decision making. Looking much more confident that time and taking the ball and going ahead and making a play for your team.
Extra point right on the money, and it is all center right now. And we talk about the other skill guys, but it is usually the quarterback that makes a football team go. And how about a 21-yard run for Joseph Vick? Makes the linebacker miss and then just outruns everybody.
And again, nice job on his part. Take it to the very beginning. He felt the pocket collapse when he was backpedaling, kept his feet underneath him, controlled the football, and then just stepped to his right side, saw he had the open lane. Now he's got to get outside, and he makes the run. So that a lot of that play, you look at all the different parts he's learning and showed improvement. That's what you want to see out of your sophomore quarterback.
Guy getting not only growing physically, but growing mentally and as a leader every day. He is out there.
A quarterback, every quarterback can be able to handle pressure coming around the backside. You step up. When the quarterback becomes really efficient is when they see the oncoming pressure through the A-gaps or the pocket collapsing from defensive tackle. Now you're able to step to one side quickly, get back up into the pocket to make throw, or get outside and make a run. Nice job that time by Vic, though, getting outside and finding a lane. 6 on the board.
Clinton will get it at the 35 after the short kick. See if their offense can get on track with center starting to put a little distance between themselves and the Cardinals.
I just think you got to get magical now. I think you just got to go back to some of those things that you used to draw up on the sideline in the sand and the dirt. We don't quite have that anymore on the field. So, but this is where you just got to be just starting to be a little creative in terms of quick pitch, how to spread, a halfback pass, something that just gives you an explosive play, give your guys think that confidence, hey, we can make something happen.
Have a little fun.
Yeah, at this point, it's what you got to do. Because you really have been a one-dimensional offense and really about since the end of the first quarter.
They're going to go 5 wide. Why not?
Yeah. Line them up, go 5 vertical.
Center rushing 3, quick throw. Abernathy makes a man miss, takes it at the umpire, and gets 5 yards.
Yeah, and it's tough when you're making those throws now, right? 5 yards, and you're down 28-0, But again, this is where I think the quarterbacks are more effective when the receivers come back inside the numbers are coming back to them.
The struggle as well for Clinton has been putting multiple positive plays on top of one another. See if they can stack something here.
Again, empty backfield. Does the blitz come here for center? Only 5 in the box. Maybe the quarterback takes off and runs, huh? Here comes the blitz.
They do bring an extra man, and what a catch! One-handed grab over the middle by J.P. Abernathy.
How about the shot the quarterback took on that one, though? Logan Speer. I'll tell you what, he got speared on that one. Wow, he stood in there and his legs got chopped down, but nice job on the throw.
Timeout called by center. We've talked about Abernathy and his speed. How about this grab, though? Reaching back with the right arm to snare it.
Yeah, way to go back for the football. Finding a way. It's in your area code. I'm going to pick up that phone call and bring some magic to the offense, and he does on that play. But see, that's where as your quarterback, a mobile quarterback, you see deep coverage like that, deep coverage. There's only 5 men in box, 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers. That's where you have that mobile quarterback. 5. We'll play 5-on-5. I'll run my quarterback every play. Mm-hmm. We'll get you out of that quick drop deep defense, and dropping 6 and 7. We'll make you get up in the box and play. So that's where the difference is with having a pocket quarterback and having somebody who's mobile, can get outside and dance and make a defense pay.
Tight bunch formation on the right side here. Now, get a little short toss to Jace Olsen. And again, that running game still not there for Clinton. Loss of 3.
Yeah, initial pressure on the outside. I'm not exactly sure the number came off the edge. turn that back inside.
May have been Corey Bolin again.
Yeah, I think you're right. Or is that Sims number? Is that number 9 Sims? I can't quite see it, but anyways, there was pressure initially in the backfield that time, and again destroyed the timing of that play.
Blue jerseys have been living in the Clinton backfield whenever
Yeah.
they've tried to run the football.
I'll tell you what, they've been having the hands in the cookie jar, that's for sure.
Well, this time they fake the pitch, and Bolin, not fooled, goes right for the quarterback and drops Speer at the 45.
Nice job on the blitz coming now. Don't get caught up in traffic. Bolin does a great job coming off from the right side that time.
I think it's his 3rd sack of the night.
I'll tell you what, he gets a bonus check this week. Gone for 3 sacks in one game, I'll tell you. Nice job defensively now. See, and that's the difference with this 3-man front. See where the pressure comes out? Left side, inside, and again, quarterback's not really sure. That's where I'm thinking maybe you work a quick draw play or something, or maybe a jailbreak screen over the middle. Let the pressure come, put it over the top, and now you get a chance for your players to work in the middle of the field.
I'll spread it out again with 5 wide.
Yeah, man coverage, cover 2 here deep.
Center rushing just 3. And Brett Wetzel on the receiving end.
Did he make that catch? I'm not exactly
Ruled incomplete.
Incomplete, yeah. Ball was right there in his hands, wasn't it? He's working the sidelines, haven't been able to come away with the completion.
4th and 17 now.
Got to go again for the, I'm going to punt again, I guess.
If you've gone for all of them so far, why not go for this?
Yeah. Haven't had much success. Got to find a way to make a big play.
Speer, a couple steps to the right, and this is Olsen who will kick it.
Yeah. Is that ball blocked a little bit? I think he just got shanked off his left foot.
It'll be down at the 26.
Got to go back and play some defense now. Try to create some type of turnover.
We talk about this center team having to overcome adversity. Everybody at every level is dealing with COVID in every walk of life, but how has it affected the center football team? Well, Baldy, their school is all virtual right now. Wow. Nobody's coming to the school. Nobody's in class. Instead of getting out at 3 o'clock and walking right out to the football field for practice, they're doing virtual classes at home till 3:25. Then they've got to get over here to the school one way or another for practice, which starts about 4 o'clock, 4:30 if they're lucky. Somewhere in there is a toss play to the far side. It's going to pick up big yardage across the 40.
Is that Fuqua running the ball?
May have been Love.
Corey Love. Yeah, excuse me. Nice job to Corey Love on that.
So you've got that issue. You can only have 10 at a time in the locker room to get dressed. So when they get there, they go in. Got to make sure coaches count to make sure not too many guys are in there. They've had to turn on the lights for weeks now to be able to practice and finish practicing. That's the only time they get all the guys together. If they watch film, they've got to be spaced out in the gym. Guys are further away from the screen. Everything you can imagine, it's affected every bit of this football program, not just school here at center, and they really had to adjust how they do things.
Yeah, and some of the kids play. They got to wait till the parents get home before they get a ride to practice and everything. So it's all that timing. So what do you say? They don't start practice almost 4:30 or 4:45. So yeah, they go until 8 o'clock at night, trying to get prepared for games. So yeah, I mean, again, you talk about high school coaches, and to me, they're legendary. Those are the people.
Gosh.
I mean, you talk about the grunts of the world, right? High school coaches out there, the amount of hours, what they spend with these kids, and now going through this. As we talked to coaches this week, and, it's talking to Coach DeLong about that. It's like, how do you even begin to describe this, what you have to do and go through?
They tell you every year would have its own issues anyway, and both coaches use the word different to describe this year. And I think that's the best word for it, because everything just gets thrown out the window. And throw in the fact they had a 2-week quarantine and just sit around and wait to come back and play last week, then back at it again here tonight, trying to get back over 500 and get ready for the playoffs next week. And Class 4, where they could make some noise.
Yeah.
They're a dangerous team, but, you got to take care of your business, keep your nose clean, and keep everybody healthy.
Well, and Coach DeLong had talked about the depth of that running back position. You see him, Corey Love, running these jet sweeps out there. I mean, simply, Fuqua also running too. I mean, we know what Noosa does. And then, of course, you talk about Love Vic at the quarterback position. There you go. You got some pretty good balance at skill positions.
There is Nosa Ohanmu, and across the 45, to the 46.
No way I'll be denied. I'm going to get you yards. And how about Gates and West up front? 2 big tackles, too, doing a good job up there blocking.
2 sophomores.
Yeah, 2 sophomores again. Speed of the game, too. You got to worry. You're playing against different level kids and everything. So you talk about an off-season of training and conditioning and getting ready. I mean, this is going to be an exciting offense to watch.
3rd and 6. They need to get to the Cardinal 48. I'll bring Cheney in motion and give it to him on the sweep. Jaleel Cheney taking it wide, first down, and pushed hard out of bounds by J.P. Abernathy. Plays a little outside linebacker on defense for Clinton.
And how about Pruitt on the outside, number 19? Nice block on his part. Came in late, lined up there in the outside receiver. And, again, good job what we call stock blocking, just sustaining on the outside and creates the lane. And, again, positive yards every time, whether they go left or right on these jet sweeps, finding a way to get first downs.
That's the other obstacle they've had to overcome at center. And we touched on it in the first half. They started the season with about 50 kids in the program. They're down to about 25 or 30 right now, depending on the day, because of grades, because of COVID, because of decisions to not play. You can barely go 11 on 11 if you've only got 25 or 30 kids.
Exactly. And, again, it's just keeping those, especially in the offensive line. Luckily, they've been able to keep all 5 of those guys together.
Abernathy delivering a hit on Pruitt after the pass fell incomplete.
Watching number 52, their strong guard, Miller, that time, the right guard. He's a heck of a player.
Plays both ways,
Yeah.
defensive end. He's the lone senior on that offensive line.
You got Cheadle at the other guard, number 58. They got
Frazier the center, and then Gates and
Yep.
West at the tackles.
I tell you what, that inside 3, they work well together. Watching them tonight, getting some movement, knocking some people off the ball.
Knocked him off the ball here. Ohanmu just following the blocks 15 yards down the field before he got to his lineman.
Wow, I think they ended up there in St. Louis on that block, huh?
It's like they heard you talking about him.
Man, you talk about herding some cattle there, big fellas up front. Frazier, man, that time Miller. Whoa.
It looked like a drill
Steamroll,
in practice.
baby. Yeah, that's how you come off the football now. Coach, let me tell you something, man. You got some spark plugs there up front. Firing on all cylinders, man. That's old-fashioned football smash mouth.
When the running back can't catch up to the lineman.
Well, I always said we were the athletes on the team.
Well, you are. Vic on the roll, can't hook up with his receiver, Bolden.
And again, just rolling out again, you'll see for Vic as he time when he makes those throws to make sure he leads his receiver and everything, placed in the right spot, resetting his body and everything. So, there's so many mechanic things to a quarterback. Whether you're in the pocket, just moving within the pocket, rolling out, how do you move your body, how do you keep your eyes, how do you shift your feet? So it's something that and it also takes a lot of work to it too. It's constant repetition.
Power right here, and it's Ohanmu behind the right side. Lots of
Frazier
space.
flat back. I don't know. Can we redial that play up? Do we have a highlight of that? Let's go to the trenches, folks.
You just want to watch this one on a loop, don't you?
Let's let this thing go on, folks. Now, I'll tell you what, talk about hitting some people in the snot box and drilling them in the ground. They're fracking right now, man. They're drilling for oil.
The way the rest of us watch Patrick Mahomes videos over and over is how Rich Baldinger is watching offensive line.
Believe me, I watch Patrick too because I'm not sure. There's things he does with that body is on the field.
Well,
it's defying odds, man. I don't know if it's that.
You'd rather watch. Look at this push.
Well, look at that. You talk steamrolling up front, and that's how. But again, that's all proper pad level. That's footwork. That's attitude. That's coaching, bringing it all together.
Not quite first and goal as the blue wall up front continues to push. Vic with a pump fake. Hit as he throws and picked off. Going the other way with it for Clinton is Cole Heistend. Second interception of the night for the Cardinals, and they've got it at their 24-yard line.
Yeah, some pressure that time in the pocket. And, again, that's where the young quarterback feels the pressure come from his left side. It was Gates on that time. The left tackle got pushed a little bit. Quarterback's just got to step a little bit to his side, avoid some of that pressure, buy some time. And that's where you're looking downfield, but you got to feel that pressure. But that comes with experience. So good play there, again, by Clinton. Defensive red zone, stopping another drive.
Never a good place for an interception, but the 2 picks Vic has thrown tonight have both been down in the red zone right near the end zone. The pressure came from Caleb Smith, the senior defensive end.
Nice bull rush on his part. Got underneath the Gates, the left tackle that time. Good job of keeping your feet going, driving the quarterback back. The left tackle back.
Cardinals get it in the hands of Jace King on first down, pickup of 9 as they look for their first points of the night.
Again, going to have to take some shots down the field. I think you got to try and find some opportunities.
Clinton's had a lot of players play both ways tonight, almost every snap, especially those guys up front.
Yep.
Speer trying to dodge some pressure, does, and scrambles for a yard or so. Looks like enough for the first down.
And he did. He scrambled that time. And, again, the pressure up front. Is that Harold, number 50?
Harold Safak, a hard
Safak.
worker.
I'll tell you
Originally from Cameroon. He's also their kickoff guy. Might be one of the smartest guys on the team. He's taken honors classes, and they really think he could be a nice player for him with as hard as he works and the growth he's showing. He's just a sophomore.
Well, the one thing you love in your defensive lineman is they got those motor in their feet, and they never stop. Keep going. He keeps going forward, finds a way to create separation. Again, nice pressure on his part.
A little option look. Spears pitching it back to Olsen, but the pursuit is there. Flag down. Tackle made by Jalen Frazier.
And Logan Speer, let's see what they get to call on the play, but Logan Speer's got to remember when you run that option, you got to attack that line of scrimmage. If you flatten out a little bit, it allows that pursuit of the defense to come. You pursue and you push that line of scrimmage. Now they've got to commit to you. And we have Masterson on the call here.
It was holding.
Holding in that? Okay.
I think they turned it down, though. Penalty was declined, so it's 2nd and 11.
That defensive line now, it's tee-off time. Go Hunt.
Pitch to Olsen to the open side of the field, but again, first man to him gets him down. That maybe has been an underrated thing we haven't talked about much tonight. With the exception of Abernathy making a couple plays for Clinton, when a Cardinal has been hit, the center defender gets him to the ground, whereas the centered offensive player has been able to make some yards after contact.
And again, you talk about pursuit and defense, knowing where they need to be, their alignments. Again, staying at home, in position, and you like the fundamentally sound tackling you're seeing in the open field, too, wrapping people up. And like you said, the play stops there.
So now 3rd and 11, and they'll empty the backfield.
Is that Jalen Frazier, number 6 on the outside there? He's coming off the edge sometimes.
Time called by Clinton. They'll talk about this.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, for going through what we've talked about, this pandemic and the limited time that you have and everything you have to do, you've got to be impressed with center defensively, that not any big plays, miscommunications, any big route thrown over the top. And then when they bring these blitzes, first thing you got to know, blitz at any level, you don't get caught up in traffic. It's your green light. You go make a play. Well, they make a play as center, so that means everyone else is going to the right gap, holding the guy up, allowing your buddy to get in there. So effective pressure. And, again, I am impressed with this defense in terms of everybody staying at home knowing where they need to be.
They have done a good job making plays tonight. See if they can force another 4th down here on 3rd and long. Playoffs start next week.
Wow, already, huh? I'm running quick.
It's almost the end of October. Speer goes down. More pressure off the edge. This time, even Bruce.
And they've been effective all night with those blitzes off the edge, haven't they?
And we're starting to see some different names on both sides of the ball. They're starting to get some guys some experience at different positions.
Yeah, but Harold Safik that time, great job from the defensive end position, working inside. And he is the one who officially forces that quarterback. Quarterback's, I feel pressure, I'm going to step outside. Here comes the blitz off the edge. Not going too far up the field, seeing the quarterback stand on the upfield shoulder. Now you can make the sack.
Fourth down, and the quick kick from Olsen is a good one.
Best play of the night for their offense, huh?
Not much of a roll.
Dropped like a rock.
Dies at the 43.
Yeah, pretty much not a lot of change in the offense and the defensive line for Clinton, huh?
Those offensive linemen are playing somewhere defensively for the most part.
Yeah, the personnel. And again, I just give credit even to all the families that are going through what they get right now and how important this is. I think people are finding out what high school football means to families and the kids. You know, for these kids, this is the last time they're going to put a helmet on and shoulder pads and knowing you have to go through this. So coming out here and play, going through all what they have to do, credit to everybody.
It's a lot better than not doing it.
Yes.
Look at that push again up front.
Look at Wes. We're talking about 30 yards down the field.
Can you get cardio blocking on a dive play?
They don't have to do the Stairmasters this week, I'll tell you what. They're coming off the ball, but that's the way you want to see your team finish. And again, it's just fundamentally sound football. Good spacing with your feet, good pad level, tenacity during the block. You're going to finish. I'm not going to be denied. Big guys up front coming with an attitude.
It was Love on the first carry. And again, this time bouncing it to the outside, Ja'Cory Love to the Clinton 30-yard line.
Yeah, just in that Howard hip position that time. Ja'Cory Love, nice job of pressing the line of scrimmage. Seeing it just kind of collapse in the inside. West again that time, 76, the right tackle. Take a look at it. Watch the right tackle on this one. Watch the block that he get. Oh, and it's out of the screen, taking people off the screen.
Hey, why not?
But that's what you got to learn defensively. On the other side, you got to hit the ground. You got to create a pile. You can't let them get underneath you. But that's the way you finish. That's the attitude, and that's the way you show. And that's what's demonstrating. These young tackles are going to be around. They're going to be damn good.
Counterplay. Bolin breaking tackles. He's been making tackles most of the night defensively, and here getting to run the football sets him up first and goal.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's what you like to see out of your running backs, right? Contact takes place. You know what? It's your running back making the contact, and you going an attitude when you run that football. Corey Bolin.
Well, this has been 3 plays.
CB Express there that time with the pigskin.
And 51 yards covered on 3 running plays for center here.
Yeah, I guess they are doing the wind sprints right now up front, aren't they?
Linemen are having some fun.
Watch Miller at the right guard position there. That's their power guard, strength side.
Toss it to Ohanmu. Letting his wing buddies block for him, and he takes it in. Second touchdown of the night for Nosa.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Love, number 8 on the outside. Again, that's what you want to see out of your guys. If they're not running the rock, they're going to block for you on the edge, and they do. Nice job on that pitch that time. Get outside, get into space. Now find yourself a crease down in the red zone. Nosa in for 6.
4 plays, all on the ground, 57 yards.
Man, that's what I told you. You shouldn't even be allowed passing in the game. It's all about running the football. Oh, this is a lineman's dream. The weather like this, and then afterwards, coach is going to have pizza on the sideline for you. Can't ask anything better than that.
Hey, they will have earned whatever they get post-game to eat.
They do, I'll tell you what. But for a young group of players, and you see the way that they're coming off the football and the way they're working together, all on the same page in terms of, pad level, everyone stepping the right way, not out of position, moving people off the ball. Got guys like Ja'Cory Love running the football. Whoa, it's going to be happiness watching this film.
How do you feel as an offensive lineman, though? You're getting that push, you're moving guys 15 yards down the field, you're running the ball. Coach calls a pass, and you throw an interception on the goal line. That next possession, Coach, we're just going to run the ball, right?
Well, I've had
That's what
that.
they did.
And I'm going to call Coach Long, and I'm going to ask him. I'm going to see if I can use some of those choice words that we did sometimes on Sunday. We had that issue one time, one game. I do remember that, but it's family hour, so I'm going to keep this above water.
I don't imagine it's fun, but then you get your revenge. 4 plays, all runs into the end zone.
Coach went back to what he's done well and give credit to those guys up front. It's getting them all on the same page and working together, and they're doing well.
Safax kickoff high in the air. Abernathy.
And this is an offense that can attack you some different ways. Power off tackle. You've got the jet sweeps. You've got toss sweeps out of that. Wait till they start picking up counters and traps and things like that. Then you also add into that a quarterback now that's just getting the idea about scrambling and movement and his ability to put the ball down the field. Receivers, tight end, big tight end to throw to. So you've got a balanced attack here.
And almost all of them are back, not just next year, but the next 2 seasons.
We might have to be back here every time next year, huh?
Why not?
Yeah. Some kids developing. Safek number 50 on that defensive line.
That does it for the third quarter. 12 minutes to go here at Center High School. Yellowjackets closing out the regular season in style, leading the Clinton Cardinals 35-0. We're underway, fourth quarter. First play for Clinton picks up 3 yards. Stephen Davis, former NFL offensive lineman, Rich Baldinger.
You got to be impressed with center, too, tackling.
Yes.
I think it's a limited time on the field or maybe trying to get things. So how much time do you have to do fundamental-wise with everything that's going on right now? But center tonight, I tell you what, open field, inline tackling, play ends quickly.
And you mentioned it earlier, staying disciplined and following their roles. Again, Clinton trying to go up the middle and just nothing there. That's how it's been most of the night when they've tried to run.
Again, good use of the hands, whether it be the run game. Safek on the pass game, number 50, we've been talking about him all night long. Ability to separate from blocks. But when you play that 30 front, you're playing that 2 technique. And I'll tell you what, it's about nastiness. It's about controlling that spot. You're not going to get driven off the ball. You got to make sure you're below low pad.
Low man wins.
That's right.
I've heard that before. From you even.
Maybe a little bit.
Abernathy on the pitch.
He's a guy who's got some bounce in the step, huh?
Still making plays. He's played every snap both ways tonight.
Yeah, he got banged up a little bit there. Was that in the second quarter he got banged up a little bit? We really haven't seen him. But early in the game, they were able to get him the ball in the open space, and he's somebody who can make some people miss now.
So 4th down and 2. They need to get to the 40.
You can see how big the quarterback is there, huh?
Logan Speer is tall.
Yeah, what, 6'5"?
That's a heck of a transition he's had to make from a wing T offense where he was under center to running the spread in the shotgun.
Mm-hmm. How about that run blitz?
That's blown up, and a fumble picked up by center. Maybe not even picked up is the right word. It might have just been taken away. Like Harold Safek came away with it and just started sprinting the other direction.
Yeah, but how about the pressure on that time? I mean, they met running back 5 yards in the backfield that time. Center, great job, great call that time on that fourth down play. Safek comes away with the fumble recovery. I mean, he's been in the backfield all night. I mean, he's had a front row seat there, and he's whether been pressuring the quarterback on the pass or then on that play just picking up. But again, great job on the run blitz, the pressure. Take a look at it here.
Biggest hit of the night.
Yeah, and just again from the outside.
Safek did pick it up. It was laying on the ground.
He was that. I'm not sure. Is that Pruitt that was on the outside there? They got a nice job on the pressure from the outside, and they also had an A-gap blitz too. So they really stymied that running play and created the turnover.
And center set up inside the 10.
How about that finish?
Second and third effort by the running back.
Goes in the warp drive. Right there. Upon contact, pads come down, feet start chopping. Keep it going.
Trying to find his way into the end zone. He hasn't scored tonight. He is over 100 yards now, though.
Yeah.
Hanmu's close. He's at 95.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the punishing numbers, too. I like the way these running backs, I tell you what, they turn into a fullback upon contact and, just keep driving. Make something happen. Get in the end zone. Put points on the board. See what these big guys can do up front. Huh? Been talking about him. Saw him out in the field. Now it gets down and dirty.
Clinton loading it up on the line this time. Corey Bolden hitting the backfield. Gets away. Where's he going to go?
What a run.
Corey Bolden.
Superman.
Touchdown. My goodness.
Corey Bolden. Tell you what. Dynamite in those muscles. Met in the backfield, initially spun around. Has the idea where he doesn't become too dizzy and gets wiped out. Keeps spinning, going forward. Thought he got stopped again, but wouldn't be denied.
I don't know where he was going.
I think they got a bonus in that check if they get in that end zone tonight. I'll tell you what, a great job on his part. What an attitude. And what a way to overcome what would have been an ugly defense, an ugly run play to get a touchdown on the board.
They're a man short on the line here.
I don't know if we can see that initially. Who made that penetration that time by Clinton? Met him in the backfield bowling.
Delay of game. Kick the extra point from 5 yards further back.
That might be the run of the night, I think, huh?
Well, I don't know about that. It was pretty darn good,
Yeah,
though.
it was. Impressive.
That extra point comes up a little short and wide.
Ugly knuckleball there.
So it stays 41-0. Take a look at Corey Bolden's. This is a 1-yard run.
A 1-yard run. They didn't even block the nose tag, an inside tackle on that play.
20 guys on the field had stopped playing when Bolden was still running.
He wouldn't be denied.
They were all going, how could he not be tackled by now?
I think that was that Caleb Smith that initially got the penetration.
So Caleb Smith's been in the backfield a couple times.
Yeah, he initially got back in the backfield that time, but couldn't come away with the tackle. And then the run afterwards and the finish while everybody was sitting there having a little bit of popcorn watching that play take place.
Bolden still had 3 more yards to go to get into the end zone.
Met in the backfield, 2 yards in the backfield that time. But again, Caleb Smith a little bit high on that tackle. That's why you want to get those pads down and wrap up. You try to bring these guys down from the shoulder pads. See the strength of Bolden that time. The spin move, the power, and then the desire to hold up that pigskin inside the goal. Touchdown.
When you don't play much offense, you're just a linebacker. It's great getting some sacks, which he's done tonight, but touchdown's a different deal,
it
isn't
is. It's a chance to run the ball. A lot of magical people at the skill position here for center tonight, huh?
Abernathy showing a little magic of his own out near midfield. You never got a big man touchdown, did you?
No, never at all. I was one of those guys that in the trenches. No, I never wanted to do that because I'll tell you what, there's nothing better in the world, nothing better than being on the goal line and just KOing somebody. Just ear-holing them and knocking the stuffing out of them.
Never fell on a fumble or anything?
One time in Chicago I did. I recovered
that
that
counts.
one. Yeah, one fumble. That was the only time in my career I ever did. One time in fumble.
Any teammates ever score a touchdown?
No, and then after the game back then too, because I recovered a fumble, somebody gave me a case of beer too, and I was happy. Times were different back then, buddy.
Well, bad snap. Speer has to chase it down back at the 32.
Yeah, that was those times.
Check it. That is not Speer that chased that down. That's Caleb Russell.
Long night. Been some high snaps, huh? But this is an impressive defense by center. I mean, in terms, we talked about the odd man front, that nose tackle.
And it's gotten better as the night has gone.
Yeah, they have. They've controlled the line of scrimmage. I mean,
they've got some younger guys in now, guys who don't play much varsity.
Getting a chance to get out there in the field and show their skill level, what they can do for coach. Is that Abernathy?
Clinton keeping it on the ground. That's Russell.
Russell that time, huh?
Quarterback right now instead of Speer.
Years, yeah. And they've rotated the quarterback sometime. A couple games they had Russell start, and then they had quarterback Logan Speer playing tight end in the game. So, but it all starts up front, it really does, and that's where the issue is for Clinton. And again, you have to look at both schools, what they've gone through, how much time have these kids been able to work together, the age, getting stronger, getting them used to them, getting some other kids involved. So, again, for both schools to go through what they have right now really has shown a lot, man. Really has a lot of toughness.
Russell will keep it on the quarterback designed run, and he is brought down for a loss. Javon Bruce getting to him.
You notice the tackling, too, when they wrap up for center. Around the waist, drive through the tackle. Drive through the tackle. Don't stop your feet and try to swing a guy. Drive your legs through the tackle.
Guessing first day of practice, first drill, Coach DeLong might talk about how to tackle properly.
Yes, I think so, and they continue to work on it too. So it's, believe me, at some levels now you begin to wonder. You see some of it sometimes. Maybe they had to spend a little bit of time on it.
Fourth and 15 here. Speer is back in. They'll throw for it. Short route. Caught and out of bounds. Short of the first down is Wetzel.
Didn't quite get to the first down marker.
Well, regular season finale for both teams, and in particular for center, should have some momentum going to the playoffs next week. They should be feeling really good about themselves. Obviously, the caliber of opponent and the importance of game ramps up now, but they seem to be in a good spot.
Well, I'll tell you what I see with the guys, with the depth that they have at the running back, especially Ja'Cory Love, I think Coach looks at maybe some screen passes to him. So just get him the ball, tunnel screen coming back inside. He gets the ball in open space. He is dynamite. Mm-hmm. I mean, he is not going to be put down on the ground. So, again, so many different styles of running backs, the depth. You got the guys up front and a lot of options for this young quarterback.
And that young quarterback, Joseph Vick, will take a knee a couple more times to close this one out.
And you saw some growth on his part. You saw some growth. You saw some things that he continues to have to improve on and everything. And you talked about this in the offseason. Well, you know what? How many snaps do quarterbacks take in just practice? Roll to your left, roll to your right, move within this one, move your feet this way, that way. Did you set your feet the right way? Your eyes staying downfield. All those little things you just keep doing over repetition. So when you're on the field, automatically just happens.
And they want him to have confidence when he decides to run it. Well, we saw in the touchdown run tonight.
Yeah.
When he does, look out.
When he does, he's going to make some people miss, that's for sure.
I'll need to take one more knee, presumably, or will that be it? That'll do it. That'll be enough. Some pleasantries exchanged, and the center Yellowjackets will move to 4-3 on the season with a very convincing win over the Clinton Cardinals, who remain winless, and Center maybe a little bit of a slow start, but once they got it going, pretty impressive tonight.
Yeah, they did, and they needed to get points. And again, you had to go back that second quarter. I think once they had that defensive turn to pick six, put it in the board, made 21-0, really much just controlled the whole flow of the game after that.
That was DeAndre Pruitt with a 30-yard interception return in the waning moments of the first half, right after Center had thrown an interception in the end zone. So that'll do it. 41-0 the final tonight. Baldy, it was fun. We got a little bit of everything. We saw some good defense. We saw some good quarterback play. We saw some explosive skill guys, and we got to see your guys in the trenches with some power play as well.
You're seeing a Center football team right now that gained a lot of momentum tonight and a lot of confidence they can do some things going forward here into the playoffs.
And fun tonight to be part of this student-produced crew. Everybody except us and Trevor Hayes from LTN Global, all students here at Center High School on our crew.
Doing a tremendous job. I had enough trouble just getting out of algebra class, so I couldn't imagine what these guys do. But tremendous on the replays, the shots night, you couldn't ask for anything more.
Awesome to be a part of it for Trevor Hayes and our entire Center High School student-produced crew. It's been a pleasure being with you. 41-0 the final tonight. For Rich Baldinger, I'm Stephen Davis. Thanks for joining us for high school football here on ESPN3.